If we traveled to a distant galaxy, would we discover entirely new, unimaginable colors? Colors as fundamentally different as yellow is from blue? But it turns out the answer is no. We often assume our eyes work like objective video cameras recording the outside world, or that we project sight rays outward to illuminate objects. But vision isn't a recording, it's a biological process. To understand why, we have to distinguish between sensation and perception. Sensation is just the physical registration of information, like light rays striking your eye. Perception is the brain's interpretation of that data. Light hitting the retina is a sensation. Recognizing your roommate is a perception. Because our brain is the one doing the interpretation, it suggests that the world outside isn't necessarily the gallery of vibrant images we've assumed it to be. Instead, we are navigating a field of raw, unformatted energy, and the reality we experience is a simulation tailored specifically for our survival. This chart shows the electromagnetic spectrum, the continuum of all radiated energy. What we call light is a microscopic fraction of these wavelengths. We see this narrow range between 400 and 700 nanometers because of our specific receptors. When light enters the eye, it passes through the pupil and is focused by the cornea and the lens onto the retina. The lens is flexible, changing its thickness to adjust focus for objects at different distances. That retina is packed with two types of receptors. Cones are clustered in the center, or fovea, and provide our high-resolution color and detail. Rods are more numerous toward the periphery, where they specialize in detecting faint light in dim conditions. If you enter a dark room, your vision gradually improves through dark adaptation. Your rods chemically regenerate molecules that were depleted by light. It's a slow process, taking up to 20 minutes to reach peak sensitivity. Our eyes act as highly filtered survival sensors. They aren't designed to show us the truth of the universe, but rather to detect specific environmental variables that helped us navigate the world. Because our hardware has physical limitations, the brain has to actively hide flaws in our sensory system to maintain the illusion of a seamless world. Take the blind spot. This is the exact area on the retina where the optic nerve and blood vessels exit the eye. Because the nerve takes up all the space in this one spot, there is no room for light receptors. Close your left eye, stare at the center trainer, and move closer. The lion vanishes. It landed on your blind spot. But you don't see a black hole. Your brain samples the background and literally fabricates a piece of the world to fill the gap. This gap in our vision proves that the brain isn't just relaying information, it is editing and filling in the blanks. We aren't seeing an unedited version of reality. The color we perceive is also a brain-led construction. It begins with 3 types of cones, each sensitive to a different range of wavelengths: short, medium, and long. This is the trichromatic theory. Later, your nervous system organizes this data into paired opposites. Staring at a red object, then looking away at a white wall, produces a green negative afterimage. The red cells fatigued, causing the brain to interpret the drop in activity as green. Finally, according to Retinex's theory, your cerebral cortex compares information across the entire visual field. It ignores the actual light hitting your eye and assigns color based on the surrounding context and lighting conditions to maintain color constancy. Hearing works the same way. Sound waves are just vibrations of air. When they enter the ear, they displace hair cells in the fluid-filled cochlea, which act like touch receptors. These hair cells fire rapid electrical signals to the brain. Through the volley principle, groups of cells fire in coordinated shifts to keep pace with high-frequency vibrations that no single neuron could handle alone. Color and pitch are not properties of physics. They are biological translations, created entirely by the specific wiring of the brain. Outside of our physical bodies, the vast universe is nothing but a chaotic storm of silent radiation and vibrating molecules. Our rich sensory experience of color and sound is a user interface, a tool evolved to help us navigate an invisible environment. This translation goes deeper than just sight and sound. Think about how we first learn numbers by touching physical objects, or understand time by watching the world change. Even concepts like justice or love are grounded in events we once saw, heard, and felt. Every abstract thought we have is built upon the foundation of these sensory translations. We can never be certain if someone else experiences the same green that we do. Every human being is trapped inside the dark theater of their own skull, watching a solitary, custom-rendered simulation of reality.